Hi and welcome to our video production News TV. We are super excited to see you here. Let's take you to the video. Xi Jinping tells Chinese military to prepare for war against India. Chinese President Xi Jinping has asked the PLA to prepare for war without specifying who is the enemy. China is currently engaged in intense territorial dispute with India, Taiwan. Howsoever unusual it may sound, Chinese President Xi Jinping has asked its People's Liberation Army, PLA, to prepare for war even though the COVID-19 threat is not clearly over. Xi Jinping, as quoted by state news agency Xinhua, said, "It is necessary to explore ways of training and preparing for war because epidemic control efforts have been normalized. It is necessary to step up preparations for armed combat, to flexibly carry out actual combat military training, and to improve our military's ability to perform military missions," said Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the week-long sitting of the National People's Congress, NPC, the National Parliament of China. This follows a decision to increase the budget for the Chinese military by $178 billion, or 6.6%, over last year's allocation. Xi Jinping's direction to the Chinese military to be battle-ready has come at a time when tension is growing between India and China in Ladakh and Sikkim sectors, and also at the Lipulekh Tri-junction with Nepal. China is understood to have played a role in the recent assertion by Nepal over Lipulekh, Kalapani and Limpiadhara areas of Pithoragai district in Uttarakhand. The situation along the line of actual control, LAC, in Ladakh is tense. Indian and Chinese soldiers are locked in an eyeball-to-eyeball face-off in Galwan Valley, Pangong Tso, Demchok and Daulat Begoldi. The tension began on May 5, when around 250 soldiers from the Indian and Chinese sides engaged in a face-off. Over 2 days, some 100 soldiers from both sides received injuries. Reports also suggested that the Chinese had detained some Indian soldiers for a few hours. The two sides agreed to disengage after a meeting between local commanders. China has opposed Indian construction on its side of the LAC, calling it a violation of the agreement to maintain the status quo in the region till the boundary question is settled. China claims parts of Ladakh as its own territory. It occupied Oxychin during 1962 war and has refused to vacate it since. China has been posturing aggressively since Ladakh was granted Union Territory status in 2019 following the reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir. India is undertaking road construction and infrastructure building activities in villages near the LAC as development work as well as to boost its strategic position. China has already built heavy infrastructure on the other side of LAC. Currently, both sides are amping up their presence in Ladakh in what looks like a replay of Doklam in 2017 at a tri-junction with Bhutan. Doklam had seen a message being sent following a meeting between Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Narendra Modi to their militaries of the two countries from their leadership to take all efforts to avoid confrontation. In Sikkim, Chinese troops engaged in a physical brawl with Indian soldiers near the Nakula Pass. This happened on May 9, 4 days after the face-off in Ladakh. Around 150 Chinese and Indian soldiers were engaged in the face-off, leaving 10 soldiers injured on both sides. On the Lipulekh Tri-junction, India is likely to step up its military presence to secure its interests in case China turns aggressive directly or by fronting Nepal. The ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, has been guarding the Kalapani and Lipulekh areas. PSYOPs, the online warfare, the infiltration into strategic communities in various countries aside, China has become a belligerent force, trying to open up as many fronts as possible. India and China have been fighting the worst border conflict in 4 decades in eastern Ladakh, with the India-China border witnessing bloodshed for the first time since 1975. However, China's cartographic plans extend to the whole of Indo-Pacific region. As ORF's distinguished fellow, Raj Shwari Rajagopalan points out that for a decade since Xi Jinping came to power, the country has been aggressive on both the East China Sea and South China Sea apart from the Sino-Indian border.
We also turn back? Bye-bye. I want your people to go back. See my...
Please subscribe to our channel for more news. Share this video. Please click the like for your good luck.